Hey, we got to do a check today to see if all of our Tamagotchis are still alive.
I mean, how many pets does the Bert Show have? We have 2 fish now. Or is it 2 or 3?
3.
We got 3 fish now.
Yep.
And a slew of Tamagotchis.
Well, we don't know how many we have left. All right, so this started a couple of days ago when I realized we got ourselves a bit of a disconnect here with our youth group. The younger members of the Bert Show don't know what it's like for Cassie every single day to be taking care of a couple of kids in an RV. They don't know what it's like for Kristen to be a working mom also, a career mom, where she has to balance this out with kids. And the only way to do that was for either them to get pregnant, knock somebody up, or get a Tamagotchi. So we went the Tamagotchi route, which are these, how do you explain this? Like, I think most people know what they are, but how do you explain it?
They're tiny digital pets. Like you have like this little keychain looking thing, and on it lives your pet that hatches, and you have to feed it. You have to clean up after it. You have to play with it. You have to show it love. Have to make sure it sleeps. Like and it chirps to let you know like when it needs something.
And when you lose your Tamagotchi, and I mean like its life, it's silent, right? And I have not heard any chirps. I've heard no noise at all from the Tamagotchis that are in studio. And remember, whoever lost their Tamagotchi first, that was the person that was going to have to change a baby's diaper, a poopy diaper for the first time in their lives. So where do we stand right now, you guys?
All right. So the reason why it's been silent is because these little things go beep, 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 beep. Yeah. every minute. So there's a silent button on there. So we have muted our gotchis.
Don't you wish that came with
I'm about to say, that ain't fair.
Yeah.
You can't silence your baby in real life.
Muted our gotchis, but
You know what? Let's throw this out there.
Yeah.
Yes, you can mute your Tamagotchis when you're in studio on air. Otherwise, those puppies need to be unmuted.
okay,
Yeah,
well,
for
okay,
sure.
we'll unmute them. We'll unmute them then.
Yeah,
That's fair.
you can't mute a child's screams. You can put in
Right.
earplugs, but trust me, it gets through.
That was part of the whole thing right there, man.
All
Is
right. That's fair.
How would you know if they passed or when they needed anything now
You got to check in on the thing.
without hearing it?
Yeah, like I'm always checking on Toto. Toto's cool. So,
Could you imagine if I just stuck my kid in a room and shut the door and was like, I'll check on it in a few hours to see if he needs
Parents
anything?
too. That's it. Like moms know when things go eerily quiet, you best be checking on your kid because they are up to no good.
Well, we should have Tamagotchi protective services.
TAYVIS.
You guys are all getting your Tamagotchis taken away.
all right. So to verify proof of life, we're going to pass our gotchis to the person to your right.
Oh, is Gotchi the cool way to say it?
And I just came up with
Okay.
that. I don't know.
All right.
And there's a button on there that tells you how old your gotchi is.
Okay. You guys have not compared notes yet?
No.
Okay.
No. Right now they're sleeping. They don't wake up until like a couple hours.
Oh, mine's
But
awake.
where-
Mine's a cool gotchi.
What?
Mine's awake.
Is it awake?
All right.
Yeah.
With the,
It shouldn't be awake.
it shouldn't be awake.
It is awake.
Okay. Well, we're pass it to the right, and we're going to verify the age.
Okay.
And how do you
And-
verify the age?
So there's a button, and it's like a health button, and you can check your age
I gotcha.
and the age and the weight. And so based off of what we've done, our gotchis should be like well over a year or 2 years now old.
Jackson is going to be responsible for reading each Tamagotchi.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
You
Gotchi.
just took my kid. Where did it go?
You just gave your kid up. No questions asked.
I'm gonna go get my kid.
Push whatever button you want.
Actually, which kid is
I don't even know what we're
Where's
doing.
Toto?
once again, all of
that
you
Toto?
guys.
Yeah, now they don't know which baby is born to who.
Well, you know,
Oh
all
my God,
babies.
some of them look the exact same.
Dude, you do know that parents who give birth to identical twins have to like put like fingernail polish on a nail so they can tell the two apart.
Hey, Katie, why is it Toto and not just Toto?
Because I didn't want Toto. It wasn't
Sound like
like
Do you want a Tamagotchi so you can name it?
They sound like a serial killer.
I'm not a girl from the Oz.
Toto.
Questioning ethnic names. You're racist.
That was supposed to be your comeback. You gonna tell a black woman how to name her black baby?
This is taking a dark turn, man. All right, Jackson, you want to go one by one and tell us whose baby is still with us, who's not, who's gone the longest? What's up?
Okay, so we'll start with mine. Mine is a ripe 2 years old.
Say the name.
Bing bong.
Tommy, is that good, or should it be pronounced another way?
Lin Lin.
He's Asian, so that's not racist.
And he is 42 pounds strong.
Damn.
He's learning from Pesto.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Whose is this?
That's
Who baby that is?
Oh my God.
Mine's the one without the keychain.
Do we need more in here?
this is Amber's. So
Okay,
Y'all
so
need
this
to
is
start-
Rebecca's.
Must be the
Rebecca's
same
is
daddy
2
they
years
all
old
look
as well.
And the name?
Moshi Moshi,
Okay.
10 pounds.
10 pounds.
Skinny Queen.
That's her little gordita.
Okay, Amber's name.
Leroy Jethro Gibbs.
say something, Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy. Say something now. Say something now.
He's awfully quiet now.
2 years old, and for some reason hers is doing it in ounces. It is 77 ounces.
Okay. All right.
Okay, then we've got Katie. What's yours name?
Toto.
Toto, that's right. I'm sorry. 2 years old, 28 pounds.
He's a big boy.
Last but not least, Abby, your name?
Mine is
Oh,
TAYVIS.
this one.
Still alive, like the love in Kansas City.
Interesting.
What?
Uh-oh.
What?
All of us started ours at the same day.
No, me and Rebecca started ours on Monday night.
Rebecca's is 2 years old and 10 pounds. Yours is 1 year old and 5 pounds.
Did your gotchi pass without you knowing?
If it did die, it literally passed out without me knowing because it's been awake since last night.
It should
Well,
be
it shouldn't be. You have to turn the lights off when it goes to sleep.
If it's been awake, that means it died.
Abby.
Wow.
Did it die? Wait, no, Mikey's not here. Where's Mikey's Tamagotchi?
Don't try to divert.
Where's Mikey's Tamagotchi?
But Abby, I fear I have to tell you, this was no accident.
Did you murder my Tamagotchi?
This was murder!
What the hell is going on?
Did you murder my
What's
Tamagotchi?
happening?
Someone in our ranks has committed a crime so foul. But who? Who murdered your Tamagotchi? Who Tamagotcha?
Who killed my kid?
And how?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
I didn't do it.
Please hold. We got a lot. We need answered here in a couple of minutes.
Oh, this just got good.
A shocking twist. This is way better than my murder mystery. What has started out as a fun lesson about parenting has quickly turned into murder. You guys want to recap this, reset it?
Yes, Abby, as I relayed to you earlier, your Tamagotchi's untimely demise was no accident. It was murder. This heinous crime was committed under your very nose, and someone in our midst knows more than they're letting on. Someone sitting in studio right now snuffed out the life of poor TAYVIS. But who? Not me. I'm just the ominous messenger.
All right, so before we finish our game of Tamagotchi Clue and who murdered TAYVIS, I feel like if a Tamagotchi is murdered, that doesn't count. I feel like you have to be solely responsible for
What she said.
As a parent, you are solely responsible
Yes.
for the protection of your
Absolutely.
child.
Exactly.
You know where they are at all times.
At all
At all
times.
times.
Yeah.
no, I disagree.
Okay, well, you just turn your mic off.
I'm a grieving mother,
let's not
okay?
complicate this. All right.
How about this? If Abby can guess correctly who did it, we'll consider, taking the punishment off of it.
No.
She should have had TAYVIS with her at all times. I don't go anywhere without Toto.
I can give you 2 clues for the killer.
Okay.
Number 1, time of death. Little TAYVIS expired at 6:55 a.m. this morning.
Oh,
If you recall, that is when we were all sitting together in the phone screener room as I had formally invited you to film a very stupid TikTok. I can also share the culprits. Was it Katie with the pillowcase, Amber with the phone, Jackson with the toothpick, or Mikey, who has been mysteriously missing this entire morning?
so as I have it, she came back to visit you with her baby, left the office with the baby, without the baby, and that's when the murder occurred?
We have no clue where TAYVIS was.
Okay. All right, we just know it was 6:55. Okay.
The clues are in place. It's up to you to put them together.
It's very ominous that you know all the specific details. And it feels a little bit like a red herring that you're saying that you're not the killer. Considering you asked me to take a photo with my Tamagotchi, so therefore you would know where said Tamagotchi was.
A normal thing for the social media producer to do. Take photos of the cast for a bit.
But also needing the exact location. So even if you are not the murderer, I still believe you are an accomplice.
Okay, I can be added to the culprits. I'm an accessory.
You're an accessory to the murder. However, when we were in that back room and I was making those sheep noises for that stupid TikTok you needed me to make, I do remember Amber was there because we were talking about her spicy new lover and all the possibilities that could come after a delicious dinner together later this week. She was definitely there. Now, Jackson was on his 2 feet the whole time. He was mobile. So he wasn't in the room the whole time. He was definitely in and out of said room.
Are you sure you remember that right?
I am remembering because
Are
I was sitting in the chair and I remember thinking, that's weird that Jackson's not sitting next to me. I wonder if I smell. I wonder if I did something wrong. Why is he moving around like that?
Well, yes to those two things, but on top of that, I briefly left to come to Tommy's studio to make sure some audio was ready, and then I came back and I was standing in the doorway for the entire remainder of that conversation.
Likely story. Now, I was also talking to Katie and Amber at the same time about the date that was going to be taking place later this week with Amber. And Katie was giving her advice and basically just trying to play out the date. We were trying to gas up our girl Amber. And I do know that Jackson does have an accessory to the murder, because if you notice, to kill a Tamagotchi, there's a small hole you must press to reset.
Toothpick.
So Jackson has been rocking a toothpick in here the last couple of weeks, so to break him from vaping, right?
This is correct.
So
I'm
he
trying
has
to
his
cut the habit.
toothpick in his mouth, which would just be the right size to fit into that hole in the back of the gotchi there.
Did you find the murder weapon?
So I believe it was not Katie with the pillowcase. It was not Amber with whatever weapon she had. The phone. The phone. Because all of those weapons would have been too large to kill dear TAYVIS. Instead, I believe the murderer is Jackson with the toothpick.
I murdered him.
And I do it again.
I knew it. You're coming for my job and my child.
Either way, Abby, yours passed away first.
Jackson. But I guess the
That's
murderer.
foul.
I guess the murderer.
No. You should have brought yours with you to the phone screener room. It should have been on you. Mine is with me at all
Who
times.
lives their child unattended?
At least I've had a babysitter.
No, we are going to have it. We are going to have a good old fashioned debate tomorrow about this. I am going to represent Abby and be her lawyer. Who would like to be Jackson's lawyer and represent him?
I got it.
All right.
It's a lock.
Where's Mikey's
got you.
kid? Where is Mikey's kid alive?
Doesn't even matter. All we know is yours is dead. Because I did it.
Mikey left the country, man.
I hate
It's got
parenthood.
you.
The Bert Show.